All three of them bitches got up like they were SWV at a 90s concert.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned into my Basketball Wives recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so and share this video wherever you like to share videos. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So Evelyn wants to surprise Cristen with like a makeover because she felt that when she went to the winery or the wine tasting or whatever you want to call it, that she looked a little off because she had on like some tight up biker shorts and it just wasn't up to par. It wasn't up to their standards. It's like they invited her and because she's not what they're used to. It's like kind of like the Mean Girls mentality is kind of like how I'm seeing it. Like because she doesn't dress the way you guys dress, you're embarrassed for her to be around you. So you got to try to convert her into the person that you want her to be. That ain't cool. That's not how, I don't know. I mean, I understand the whole, we want to let you know how we feel. We don't want you walking outside looking crazy. But then I also feel like you should let people be individuals as well. You know, this is her style. This is what she felt comfortable in. She didn't necessarily look bad. You know, she didn't come outside with holes in her pants and stains and stuff like that. So let the girl live, you know? So, and Evelyn, she asks the girls, Shaunie and Tami, when she was talking about doing the whole makeover, she did talk to the girls about it. And Tami was just like, nah, she ain't gonna be mad. Go ahead, girl. And I'm just like, it's not a good idea. Jacki done already kind of told you it's probably not a good idea, but you just kind of disregarded her little it's not a good idea statement and just kept on going along with what you wanted to do because you felt like it was the right thing to do. So they get to a little vacation spot and the first person to get exiled was pretty much Cristen. She ends up having to be like in the dungeon downstairs area while Evelyn gets the best, of course, because she's the one who planned this trip. But I just feel like she could have did a little better with the place that they had to stay because some of those beds was like not anything that they were used to. I mean, it was just like, no, girl, no. Then one of the beds had a blow-up bed in there, the one that Cristen was in, so they had to move that out the way and move it into the living room. Then Jill gets there. She's going to be staying there as well. And who else got there? Oh, Malaysia and Jackie got there as well. And they saw them put in the little air mattress into the living room. They like, who that for? And they was like, well, whoever wants to sleep out here. Who ends up sleeping out there? Jacki, because she didn't want to stay in a room that had two little bunk beds. I mean, she's probably used to like a king-size bed because, you know, Doug used to be a basketball player, so it's like, why would I want this little itty bitty bed? You know what I mean? Like, no, these are like jail beds. I mean, it was pretty small from the way, I don't know if it was the angle that they put the camera or what it was, but they look like some twin size mattresses. I haven't slept on a twin size mattress in how long? So I mean, I can definitely relate to her, especially if you got back problems or anything like that. You don't want to sleep on that little itty bitty bed. Like, come on. And how long they staying there for? Yeah, that is not an ideal situation. So, you know, Jacki ain't got no shame in her game. She like, you know what? I will stay out there in the living room as long as that thing holds me up. We good. So now it was breakfast time, and Evelyn felt like it was the perfect time to talk to Cristen about this whole makeover that she has planned for her. And Cristen kind of looked at her like, bitch, what? Like, what you trying to say? That I need a makeover? Like, and she was like, you know, I just think that you have the potential to be bomb. And I just want to bring that out of you. And I'm just like, that doesn't really sound like a compliment. I know for me personally, like I tell y'all all the time, like I'm one of those people that I read between the lines and I might not take it the way you say it. You know what I mean? I don't care how nice you trying to say it. Like I'm going to read between the lines because I'm just one of those thinking type of people. So you might be saying something like that, but I'm hearing you look ugly. You're not up to par. You're not on our level and you need to fix yourself ASAP. And, you know, we're going to handle the situation. That's what I'm hearing in my head, and it would piss me off. So I can kind of understand why Cristen feels the way that she does. And being back in the days when I was younger, I did feel outcast many times, but that was before I really felt like I had a voice and I was able to speak up for myself. Like if it was me today, I would have definitely, you know, had a lot more fights than I did back in the days. But I just kind of can relate to Cristen and see how she's feeling, especially being that she's overweight, more so overweight than a lot of the other ladies. Like even Jackie done slimmed down a lot. So, you know, being that you're bigger and quote unquote she had a miscarriage and things like that, all those things are still taking a toll on you mentally. You can't just like snap back, especially if you're not like going through surgeries and lasering out the fat and all these other things that a lot of these celebs are doing out here. So Sanaya, the stylist, she steps up to the scene, honey, with her little fur on, her faux fur, and just long hair down to she backside. She was just ready, honey. And Cristen just looking like, this is the stylist. Like, you know, she was just like not feeling it from the moment she seen Sanaya walk up to the scene. And yeah, Sanaya just kind of messes up everything instantly because she's like, well, Jackie said that you was going to punch somebody in their face. And she was like, wait, what? Because Jackie was the first person to go and console her when she had walked away. And Jackie had claimed that she didn't know anything about this. So it's like, wait, hold on, wait a minute, Jackie. You told me that you ain't know nothing about this. What is going down here? And she was just like, yeah. See, what I said was, you know, she tried to clear it up like what had happened was. But Cristen was just kind of seeing through the BS and just like, wow, you know. And it's crazy because Jackie actually was trying to help, but because she ended up lying in the process to kind of pretend like she didn't have any, like she was a good guy because she, even though she knew this, like being a good friend, you probably would have gave somebody a heads up, but she didn't do that. So I guess she felt guilty and she tried to like flip the script a little bit and just kind of mess it up. Girl. And so Cristen, you know, she was just kind of looking at her little sideways after that. But, you know, I feel like Cristen wasn't necessarily, or Cristen, whatever the hell her name is, she wasn't really necessarily the best friend either when she went to Jackie's party and she ended up going after Tami, who she didn't even know, and was kind of, seemed like she was siding more with Tami. So, I mean, she can't necessarily be vexed or mad with Jackie because Jackie did what she did. I mean, if she was to see the real conversation that went down, she would actually see that Jackie was not being shady. Jackie was actually being on her side and trying to put certain things out there, but she didn't want to get caught up in the mix because she tends to get caught up in the mix like she actually did, and things seem to go wrong with her. Sanaya takes things to the next level. She brings blue and pink hair, and, you know, she was just blonde and everything. I mean, she was ready, honey. She was ghetto fabulous and ready to fabulify the girl. She's just like, oh, we are ghetto fabulous. And Kristen's just looking at her like, we? Like, what? What are you talking about here? So then they have a little conversation, and she ends up saying that she saw a meme that said something about being broke. Just because you broke something. I don't even know what this said. I ain't write it down. But y'all, she was just saying, she said the meme and everybody kind of looked at her like, what? And she was like, well, you know, Cristen, of course, got offended by it. And she's like, no, that's not what, she didn't even like really, she didn't even really, I feel like she didn't really defend herself. Like Sanaya didn't really defend herself. And then on top of that, she ends up saying like, oh, you don't have any style. That's why I'm here to do a job. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, this girl, do you really have clients? Because right now, if you're trying to get your clientele up, it's not going to work. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to work with somebody like that. Regardless to how good they are, there's other people that are better and are more respectful. You know, it's all about, she said that people turn up when they're with her. You know, they always joke and laugh and have a good time. But I don't know, like all the bees and this and that she was calling this girl behind the scenes, I didn't see, like all I saw was ghetto, you know, and ghetto is not always necessarily bad, but I just felt like in this situation, if you're supposed to be the stylist, you're supposed to be a professional, there's a certain way that you're supposed to be carrying yourself or speaking to someone. You know, you're supposed to be empathetic, especially when you're in that type of field where you're helping people of all different shapes and sizes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just felt like she was doing the most, and it wasn't really too cute. That's what I was feeling about her. So Sanaya, she needs to like just work and just not say anything. That's what I was feeling. So Cristen, she was just over it. She was just like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. No. And Evelyn tries to talk to her and just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go down like that. Sanaya, when she was there, she was all like, oh, did I say that she didn't have any style? And Evelyn was like, yeah, you did. She was like, when? When did I say that? She was like, just like 2 minutes ago. Like, I like the fact that even though Evelyn was trying not to be confrontational, she did let her know, like, you did do this, like, you're pretending like you did it, but we all just heard you. Like, everybody was telling her, like, we're not scared of you. We're going to let you know, like, this is what you did. Like, a yes man would have just been like, nah, you ain't say that. Like, because they was scared or they didn't want to, like, make her upset or whatever, but they don't have any real ties to her, so they just like, whatever. Evelyn, like I said, she tries to fix things. She reaches out. She apologizes to her, let her know that she didn't really mean to offend her. That was not her intention. So it looks like Cristen really is kind of keeping her distance a little bit, but she seems to like accept it for now type of thing. So they all go to dinner, and Sanaya, she says that she dated somebody in the NBA. He was a big time person. He was like the top. He has 3 kids. And I'm like, who's on the top? They got 3 kids. Is this Kobe? Like, who's she talking about? She's like, oh, that this person was their baby mama. And he was with her, but they wasn't really together, him and the baby mama. They was just doing it. So it wasn't really that serious. And then she said that the last time they had sex was like 3 days before he got married. So everybody's just looking at her with disgust in their face. I guess like they always have to have one girl who's the industry hoe or something like that, And I guess Sanaya is going to be that person, like the ghetto industry girl. Because remember, wasn't it Drea before, and before that, I forgot who it was. But it was always somebody that was like that industry girl that gets around. I feel like it was somebody else after that. Oh, and then I think they was trying to, that new girl that was there, she seems like she was going to be the person, but I guess Sanaya is. So yeah, they have all of them, and she's just kind of like, everybody was just kind of looking at her side-eyed like, that's not cute. Like, you really telling everybody that? And she's like, oh, she loved this guy. She doesn't want to be with him. And then she just started looking like she was, like, super drunk because she was, like, taking shots and stuff. And Shaunie, Evelyn, and Tami, when they showed the part where Malaysia came in, she's like, hey, guys, and she comes in with Brandy. Tami had just said, like, 24 hours ago that she did not want to be in any room with Brandy because she feels like Brandy was the person that was egging Duffy on and, kind of putting the battery in her back to make her want to fight her and for them to get into this big thing. So she's like, why would she want to be around her? All of a sudden, who pops up? Malaysia and Brandy. Because Malaysia's just like, Malaysia's kind of, I don't know. I feel like Malaysia be trying it sometimes. But Malaysia, she just kind of feels like she doesn't really have anybody there. Like, everybody has their bonds. And she has, like, nobody really that she's that super close with that she's known for so many years. Like how Shaunie and Tami and Evelyn all know each other. They have, like, this special bond. And she don't really have anybody like that. So she did want Brandy to come. So she brings her to the dinner. And everybody, well, not everybody, but Evelyn, Tami, and Shaunie, they all just get up, I guess, in support of Tami. Because I'm like, why? Because at the end of the day, Shaunie obviously doesn't have that big of an issue with her because she invited her back. Isn't this like Shaunie's show? So wouldn't she have the power to say, you're fired for real, and I don't want you back, or I do want you back? So I don't see why she got up. And Evelyn's brand new. Like, what issues do you have with her? So why did it have to be the Mighty 3? I guess to show support. That's the only reason why I could see that all 3 of them left at the same time. And Brandy walks up to them like, what's the problem? Like, why y'all getting up? What's up? Like, who's going to say something to me? Nobody's talking anymore? And I'm just like, oh, here we go. They really, like, was straight up ignoring her, like, as though she wasn't even existed. Like, she was really a non-mother effing factor. Remember that one? That's how it kind of felt like they was trying to treat Brandy. But we shall see what happens on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.